Hey, they told me you guys would be coming. You must be my new Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. CHAT. Isn't that a clever acronym? So, hi there. New faces, everyone. Wow, there's a lot of you. Okay, well, I'm not one to shy away from pressure. Hi there. I am Dr. Theron Sherman. I am a new Level 2 researcher in Archives and Records. I am here to introduce you interns to the SCP-Net database. There are all sorts of wonderful anomalies that we contain here and there, and it is my job here at the Foundation to log everything into the database. So I hang out here in the Audiophonics lab where I can listen to my music all day, and I listen to audio recordings from the researchers as well, and I dictate them to text, or I take the text articles and I dictate them to audio, or I take the text and audio and I write them down on paper. It's a lot of transcribing when you put it like that. And I can't say it's the most entertaining job in the world, but you know what? What we do at the Foundation is very important. And so while I'm here in the records lounge, making sure everything is set so that future people in the Foundation can find their records in any format they may need depending on the emergency, I'm also here to give you guys a little bit of a tip about what we're doing here at the Foundation. So your questions a whole along the way, whether it's about anomalies in containment, groups of interest who try and stop us from doing that, the staff who does really good at containing things. I mean, they're top notch. Or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that exist outside of our jurisdiction, so to speak, because they're from a different parallel universe or because they're from a different, I guess they're called narrative levels? I don't really understand pataphysics yet, but I'll get there. I've only been here for a couple months, so we will get there. There's so much to learn both for you and for me. And so in the beginning, I was told by site director Steve that today's stream is sponsored, okay? Today's stream is sponsored. That's what site director Steve tells me. He says the budget's in trouble, so we need everyone on deck to raise money for Site 42. That's what he tells me, and we trust Director Steve here. He seems like he really knows what's going on. And so today's sponsor, you'll find it at the support link in our description. And there you will find that there's 43 hours left to get your SCP playing cards from VIPC. Now, obviously, there will be a retail release after, but those will be a little more expensive, shipping and things like that. But it turns out Steve was so cool. Steve was so cool that when he heard I was getting transferred here, he made a Dr. Sherman card for Site 42. Isn't that cool? And this one down here, it's all shiny. Yeah, he said it would really make me feel at home when I got to Site 42 if there was this card for me. And so, yes, thank you to VIPC for making that edit so quick. And if you want to grab those cards, the link in our description, our standard support link for Site 42, it's called beacons.ai/Site42. That is where the link to the cards is, so you can go there to get it. And so, let's come back to the chat real quick. Thank you again to VIPC for sponsoring our streams. Now, Dr. Puppeteer, good to see you, and congratulations on being first in the chat. Meanwhile, junior researcher Sally, is it P-O-L or P-O-I? Are you a person of interest, or are you a poll? You can let me know about that. But either way, continuing on, Chesta Factory, Sin, Amber, Silent Follower, AA Blackwood, Puppet Boy, Junior Researcher America, Junior Researcher Sally, Rat, Aoki, Daniil, I already said Rat, Liam the Llama, all of you, thank you for being here so early into today's stream and for being members. Meanwhile, Gabriella, Gupdu, Coffee and D&D, Inkspur Walker, and Artsy Moonlight. Welcome to Site 42 staff and today's stream just for being you. Oh, I see some donations have come in. Let me get those real quick. Dark Phoenix, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. I hear there's some really good stuff at the commissary. You should check out if they have some flan. If they have the flan today, it's pretty good. And greetings, Dr. Sherman. How have you been recently? Oh, well, I have been splendid. I just got this great new job. I get to play all the music that I want. As long as it doesn't interrupt my audio recordings if I'm doing audio recordings, of course. But yes, honestly, I couldn't be happier to start my work here at the Foundation. And The Ducky, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. I bet if you head over to the commissary, they'll have some artichoke hearts for you. You can enjoy those. Hello there. Well, hello there. Wait, I think I know what's going on. He is trying to be undercover and see what we're doing. Well, Junior Researcher HLG, that would be well out of my pay grade as a archive and recordist. So I would not assume to be doing the, what's the phrase I'm looking for? I would not be doing undercover work. That's for the agent's side of things. Base, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a, probably, I bet they have some delicious nachos over at the commissary. You should check it out. Being an android, I help answer a lot of SCP questions. And good news, sir. I can say with confidence I appear to be immune to 053's anomalous effect since I don't feel real emotions or have a heart. 053. I'm still getting the whole hang of all of these anomalies. There's so many of them. I mean, last I heard, we were up to the 4000s? That's so many anomalies. SCP-053, the young girl. Any personnel who act erratically or attempt to grab 053 are to be removed. 053 appears to be a small 3-year-old girl, capable of basic speech, appears to be slightly above average in mental development. She has a generally pleasant personality and rarely seems upset. Any and all humans over the age of 3 who make eye contact with, physically touch, or remain around 053 for longer than 10 minutes will rapidly become irrational, paranoid, and homicidal. Most, if not all of these feelings will be directed at 053, and affected subjects will attempt to kill 053. Well, that just seems mean. Okay, well, oh, and they will die rather than be able to kill 053. Well, I'd say it serves them right, but they didn't really ask to be put under a cognitohazard, so that's a very dangerous situation. Well, good. Because you are, in fact, a robot, that means that you are not human, and therefore you're unaffected. That actually makes sense. So that's commonsensical. Wait a minute. Just having a little desktop crash here. Okay, I'm getting a notification that some Ko-Fi donations came in. In case you don't know, Ko-Fi is an independent platform for donating money to certain creators and or SCP Foundation sites that you want to donate to. And when they do that, then you are avoiding paying the 30% fee that YouTube takes from Super Chats, as well as any fees that might come from Apple and or other app stores. So it takes a little longer to get there. It's also in our support link past the sponsored playing cards. And if you go on the journey to the Ko-Fi, we appreciate the extra efforts. First one of the day here is Chesta Factory. Thank you for your first donation through the Ko-Fi for the day. If you head to the commissary, I bet they have some calming jasmine tea over there you might enjoy. I think I'm tuning into a different reality than usual. But my job interview on Friday seems like it went well, and I'll know if I got the job by the end of the month. Oh, congratulations. Waiting to hear if you get the job is a very, very nerve-wracking situation. I remember when I was waiting for my application to transfer here from Site Director Steve. I mean, Site Director Steve gave me a real grilling when I was getting interviewed, but then it all seemed fine. And then I was allowed to work here, so it all worked good, and I hope it all works good for you too. I don't know about any different realities. I did hear, pray tell, that our broadcasts don't just go to one universe, that we broadcast through back channels that are anomalous through YouTube's parent company, Google or Alphabet, and that we get beamed to universes where the SCP Foundation is still secret, and also to where the veil is lifted, the masquerade was broken, and then the public knows about us. And if you're in one of those universes, hi general public, I'm Dr. Theron Sherman, archivist and record keeper, and I'm here to tell you that the Foundation does such a good job containing anomalies, and you should be thankful to us. I hear that we also broadcast to some cool sleeper agents who are being woken up to handle missions. So if you didn't know you were Foundation staff, there's a dossier under your chair, and you should complete your mission, and we'll see you later, Agent. Welcome back. Now, furthermore, Amber, thank you for your first Ko-Fi donation to today's stream. Over at the commissary, I bet they have tuna salad if you want to try that out. I put all of 999 in an industrial-sized blender. 999, that designation does sound familiar. Let me pull it up in the database. Codename The Tickle Monster. Oh, I think I've heard about this one. Is this an orange slime cube or something? 999 appears to be a large amorphous gelatinous mass of translucent orange slime, weighing about 54 kilograms or 120 pounds. That's a big slime. With a consistency similar to that of peanut butter. Oh, okay. Well, that's a very specific consistency. All right. Well, that's, I guess if it's got the consistency of peanut butter, then it probably blends pretty well. Might go really good in a smoothie. Although, if it is a living entity, I don't think that's quite a nice thing to do. You probably shouldn't do that. I hope that if you did, it was because your site director approved some sort of test like that. I know site director Steve is very strict, and so would never let us do anything like that here, because here at the Foundation, we don't destroy anomalies, because then we can't study them. Although, a slime might not be destroyed by being put in a blender. So it's possible that's just like a fun amusement ride for it. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that's so cool. Husam, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure when you head by the commissary, you see if they got some fried pickles over there. Could SCP-106 exit 3008 with its pocket dimension? 106, let me pull up the database entry real quick. You said 106. Pocket dimensions are always so weird, but very interesting to study. Okay. So 106 is to be contained in a sealed container comprised of lead-lined steel. Ooh, intense. The container will be sealed within 40 layers of identical material. Wow. Each layer separated by no less than 36 centimeters of empty space. Support struts between layers are to be randomly spaced. Containers remain suspended no less than 60 centimeters from any surface by electromagnetic supports. Wow. Appears to be an elderly humanoid. Rotting quality. Capable of scaling any vertical surface and can remain suspended upside down indefinitely. Causes a corrosion effect in solid matter. Capable of passing through solid matter, leaving behind a large patch of its corrosive mucus. It is able to vanish inside solid matter, entering what is assumed to be a form of pocket dimension. Can exit this dimension from any point connected to the initial entry point. For example, entering the inner wall of a room and exiting the outer wall. Oh, well, that answers our question. So I was told to look into SCP-3008, the perfectly normal IKEA, as it's codenamed, because it's a very popular anomaly that they told me the Containment Hazard Assessment Team would want me to look into. And so what I do know about this particular IKEA is the outside of it is a normal IKEA. But then when you go in the door, that's when you're transported to the alternate universe that is the infinite IKEA. Now, the thing is, if you go through any route other than the main door of the IKEA, you don't get teleported to the infinite IKEA dimension. You just go inside the IKEA all normal style. So if you like break down a wall, then that's just the inside of the IKEA normal. And because of that, that means that if you're in the infinite IKEA and you break through a wall, you're not going to get out. So that means if SCP-106 were to go into an interior wall of the infinite IKEA, it would come out on the other side of the wall, but it would still be in the infinite IKEA, just in another segment. It would not allow it to escape, because that's not how the spatial anomaly works. I hope that answered your question well enough. I saw another Ko-Fi donation come in. Let me get that before I forget about the notification. That would not be very nice of me. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream through the Ko-Fi, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a, you know what, see if the commissary has some prosciutto and melon today. That'd be a nice treat. Chris says, Dr. Sherman, you're the director, not Steve. I think you've been given too many amnestics. Well, amnestics? What? What are you talking about? I'd be pretty sure if I were site director Steve's boss. I can tell you that. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. But I'm where I belong here in records and archives. Junior researcher Sally, thank you for buying a coffee for me today. Make sure to get yourself an espresso if you go by the commissary, and they have some good espresso today. Do you know anything about SCP-729-J? I've heard it's really interesting. I wonder. Codename Peep Peep Motherfucker. Haha, interesting. The codenames around here are so strange. SCP-729-J is supposed to be a toy, but I want to know who the sick fuck was that wanted to give this thing to children? Wow, this is a very unprofessional document. Its reign of terror began during the containment breach of SCP-106. This is interesting. All right, it's apparently a very scary anomaly. It seems to have frightened SCP-2006 and SCP-106 and SCP-1322 and SCP-303. It seems like a lot of anomalies are very scared of this thing, huh? Well, I better not dig too deep. I don't want to be horrified so early in my career. All right, did another Ko-Fi donation come in? I think I saw a notification. I just want to double check. The Thomas, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. I think you're a member, but the Ko-Fi doesn't tell me that. But if you are, then thanks for that as well. When you try the commissary, see if they have some schnitzel. That'll be a fun treat. Who are you and what did you do with the real Sherman? Oh, ooh, an imposter? Is that what we think's going on? Oh, come on. You joshing me. You're joshing me. I mean, you can't know me. This is my first stream with you guys. So how would you know me from an imposter? That's completely wild. That we're talking in circles here. The picture is an SCP logo with a cute face. Oh, are you talking about the thumbnail for today's Containment Hazard Assessment Team meeting? Yes, I found a delightful little Clippy analog for the Foundation. It's called Skippy. And Skippy helps you out with your work on the SCP database when you're looking around. So I decided, if that's the job I'm going to be doing for you guys today, then I could bring a little Skippy into my heart and be the Skippy for you guys. Dark Phoenix, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself probably a bagel on your way past the commissary. I have finished all my security training. Congratulations, Dark Phoenix. Love that for you. Secure, contain, and protect out there, buddy. I like it a lot better in the archives lab than I do out in the field, I tell you that. Did I see another Ko-Fi come up? Don't want to miss those. Dear Christopher, thank you for donating again to the Ko-Fi. Dare you to look up 4416. SCP-4416? I can look up 4416 real quick. The database does have many anomalies. Item number 4416, level 3 confidential. Assigned site, US NCW Site 42. Oh, so this is one of ours. Okay. Site director, Dr. Theron Sherman. That's weird. Huh. Is this... What? Well, that's gotta be some sort of silly mistype here on this document. It must, that's weird. I gotta bring that up with Site Director Steve and see what we find out there. You know, the SkipNet database is in and of itself an anomaly in some universes, and therefore, there can be some unpredictabilities. That's to be expected. Oops, I'm having a little database error here. Let me fix that. Good. The Thomas, thank you for buying us another coffee. Voice in the background. No, don't put me on hold. No, not his assistant either. Patch me through to Steve. No. Ugh. Oh, this is still on. Maybe we shouldn't be eavesdropping on someone's phone conversation. That seems a little rude. Isn't Steve in the chat right now? Site Director Steve, I do not think you're in the Containment Hazard Assessment team right now. Huh. Cool Man Fight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some sort of tasty cake on your way past the commissary if they have some. Dr. Sherman, the hospital at Site Dwarf Freshwater Well have run dry due to all wounded dwarfs. We had to bar fight. Oh, that's very unfortunate for the dwarves. I hope that they are able to get things together and be well. It sounds like they need to take a trip to their site's medical department. Sin, thank you for gifting 20 Site 42 gift memberships to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. chat. Chatters, if you got a membership from Sin, make sure you thank them for their generosity. I hear there's rumblings about a battle with some white names, and that's certainly going to help, I'm sure. Base, thank you for donating again. Also, Dr. Arctic put me into 953's cell, but it didn't rip me apart since I don't have organs to eat, so we just talked. And that's why I filled the request form for supervised Sunday visits with 953. 953. SCP-953. Polymorphic humanoid is the code name. Is a female red fox with a spine that splits around the 26 vertebra into 9 separate tails. Oh, a 9-tailed fox, you might say. Subject displays polymorphic properties. Oh, a shapeshifter. Okay. Ooh. Looks like it's a very violent entity. I think that's what you're talking about. It's interesting. It seems like it's upset with everybody, and so being a robot wouldn't really protect you from it, would it? Well, something interesting is going on there. So... Well, if it worked, it worked. Anyways, that request has to be filled out by Site Director Steve, so I'm sure Steve will get to that eventually. The Thomas, thank you for donating again. Hey, Dr. Sherman, have you had a look at Addendum 049.3 in SCP-049's document recently? I think you should. SCP-049. Not sure I've heard of that one. Okay, codename Plague Doctor. All right, well, by the photo, that's very clearly a Plague Doctor, so there we are. And, let's see. Generally cooperative, but outbursts or sudden change in behavior are met with elevated force. Should know any personnel come into direct contact with 049 during these outbursts. In the event that 049 becomes aggressive, the application of lavender has been shown to produce a calming effect. Oh, its beak is a part of its face. Interesting. It even covers its mouth, so it doesn't look like it eats. Interesting. Lethal touch, huh? Oh, it makes it very hard to make friends, I betcha. And then it can make zombies. Oh. Oh, spooky. Don't like that. All right, you wanted me to read the third log addendum? Discovery, observation log, follow-up interview. Addendum 3, the April 16th, 2017 incident. All right, so 8 years ago? Okay, yeah, 8 years and change. Starting shortly after SCP-049's initial containment, Dr. Ham conducted a number of interviews with the subject regarding its anomalous properties, and over time began to notice displeasure with its subjects and the SCP-049-2 instances. This continued for a period of several months, during which SCP-049 never exhibited any aggressive behaviors. On April 16, 2017, as Dr. Ham was entering 049's test chamber to conduct another routine interview, the entity began to grow anxious and asked Dr. Ham if he was feeling well. Following protocol, Dr. Ham reminded 049 that the interview was required, after which the entity became hostile and attacked Dr. Ham, killing him. Oh my. Due to a lapse in security protocol, and because Dr. Ham did not activate the in-chamber emergency system, Dr. Ham's course was not discovered until 3 hours later, by which point 049 had converted it into an instance of 049-2. Oh my. Don't like the idea of being a zombie. It's uncomfortable. In the aftermath of this incident, SCP-049 was interviewed by Dr. Theron Sherman? What? I need you to explain yourself. You killed Raymond Ham and butchered him until he... Cured of what? What pestilence? You keep going on and on about this disease. What could you have possibly seen in him today that you had not seen that would be worth his life? He is a vegetable. Your cure costs Ray his life. What pestilence? He was a healthy man. He was a good doctor. Ah. Anyone else? Anyone's developing... This article must have some sort of memetic hazard or something. I was told that SkipNet articles can have memetic hazards that might cause migraines or something. Let's just get off this subject. Sin, thank you for donating again. Oh no, thank you for your first donation, since it's not a membership donation. So get yourself some nice steaks on your way past the commissary. I'm sure they have some. Places SCP-41-D3N73-J all around your desk before disappearing. Let's see if this works. Well, I don't see any here. Maybe you mean another desk in another room? SCP-41-D3N73. What a complicated handle. Oh, I must have typed something wrong. What did I miss here? Let's, we can come over here. It's fine. There we go. Object class worst. Another one of these weird unprofessional documents. Yeah, thanks for assigning this one to me, knowing my mom died 4 months ago. Really cool. It's pretty insulting, especially when you consider my parents were Italian immigrants. It's a shelf of sapient boxes of pasta, all unfortunately capable of speech. Unfortunately, again, unprofessionalism. There's linguine, capellini, mostacelli, penne, probably spaghetti and angel here too. I got bored of this. They all speak English in a frankly offensive and exaggerated Italian accent. Oh, well, I guess I can see that could be kind of frustrating if you are Italian. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. I guess I'll have to put those boxes away later? I guess that's fine. I'm not unused to busy work here at the Foundation. You know, when you work in records and archives, there's not always documents needing uploading. And then so you just help with little things about the site, that's all. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating another coffee. You should look at... What is this page? Site 42 record files. Personnel file. Dr. Theron Sherman, site director of Site 42? Hire date 2015. But I've only worked here for 3 months? What? Oh, pardon. Seemed to have just started dazing into space there for just a second. Sorry. You know, it's hard work working at records and archives, so you get a little tired sometimes, but that's fine. And by the way, as a time check, we do have about 13 minutes left in this little chat today, so I'm happy to answer more questions while we've got time. Spy Ash Studios, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Why don't you check and see if they have any hot pot on your way past the commissary? Do you know Site 107 and SCP-6320 or Find Us Alive? Well, I'm sure Site 107 exists, and I don't think our SCPs go up to 6,000, do they? I thought we were just in the 4,000s. Meanwhile, Find Us Alive. I do hear rumblings about around the water cooler that Find Us Alive is a fantastic audio podcast run by some very cool person named Radiger or something. So, yeah, I guess maybe I'll put that on my list to check out. If you guys are talking about it, maybe it is very cool. Orby, CEO of CPLZ. I don't know what that acronym is, but thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Why don't you check the commissary, see if they have any oatmeal on your way past there. How many foundations have you met across universes? Well, I've only been working here for 3 months, so I haven't dealt with a lot of shenaniganery around the multiverse as of yet, but you never know what these parallel universes will be like. Do you know who the desk is? Well, yes, the desk is our chat assistant, our containment hazard assessment team assistant, who makes sure that things stays on the rails, sort of like a security officer for these talks. Yeah, Director Steve told me all about it. Whiskpin and Raluca, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Chesta Factory, thank you for donating to the Super Chat this time. Thank you for donating again. I'm going to head to a test with SCP-8037 in a bit. Wow, this must be a multiversal shenanigan right now because we don't have 8,000 anomalies around here. That's a little intense. Wowza. I saw a Ko-Fi donation come in. Let me check that real quick. And it's not refreshing. The Thomas, thank you for donating again. Due to circumstances outside of my control, I will not be providing further contact for the time being. Probably lay off the coffee for a while. Seems to be making you loopy. Well, I mean, all I have here is sparkling water, so that's not a problem for me. Christopher, thank you for donating again. How about asking Dr. Alto Clef if I'm wrong about you being director? Do you think they let me talk to someone like Dr. Alto Clef? That is a high-ranking researcher with a lot of projects to cover. I'm sure Alto is very busy. I mean, if I can even call him Alto. It's a little presumptuous of a new guy like me, huh? Godmod, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Why don't you check the commissary, see if they have any plantains as you go by? If you have a camera recording Peanut, would he be frozen or would he continue to move and will be able to see how he moves? Only cares if people are watching is what I know about 173, and so a camera wouldn't do anything. Will Tunes, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a... See if they have some Turkish delight on your way past the commissary. Good evening, Doctor. Does the Foundation ever give us anomalies, special or unserious nicknames instead of identifying them normally? Also, love the hair. Well, thank you. I just got this done. It looks very pretty. I enjoy it. Meanwhile... Special or unserious nicknames instead of identifying them normally? Well, as said just a moment ago, people like to call SCP-173 Peanut around these parts. I've also heard that there's this Oh! 106! That was Radical Larry! Oh, people who were talking about Radical Larry going in walls, and that's what SCP-106 was! Oh, cool! Yeah, you know, you go around the office and slang and nicknames happen, even with the anomalies. Kitty Cat Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream and your wonderful how's it going? It's going quite well. And you will be doing way better when you go by the commissary and grab yourself a latte with oat milk. And Christina, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a bag of jujubes on your way past the commissary. We're not talking in circles. You're the site director. Come on. You think you get to be site director through 3 months of records and archival work? That's a little hard to believe, don't you think? I mean, unless it's some sort of terrible battlefield promotion. Buff Chicken, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go ahead and grab yourself some meal on your way past the commissary if they got any. The Canadian government requests their SCPs back. They are critical to the Canadian government's investigation of supernatural entities and forces. Well, the Foundation does not negotiate with governments, Canadian or otherwise, so I guess you're just going to have to drink some maple syrup about it. Sorry about it. Soul Hunter, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Why don't you check the commissary, see if they have any blueberry muffins left over. Ever heard of SCP-349, Doc? Have I? No, not off the top of my head. But looking in the database here, the Philosopher's Stone in the Graveyard of the Immortals is a very dramatic code name for an anomaly. The artifact designated 349-01 is a large granite tombstone, approximately 400 years old. The primary inscription reads, Nicholas Flamel, as usually hypothesized with the Philosopher's Stone, yes. On these inscriptions lies the legend, you have failed, in large capital letters. Oops, I guess not. Tombstone is damaged and partially eroded. Cemetery with a desolate forest. Surrounded by black iron fence. Some of the individuals mentioned, often by the way of mythology. A group of buried individuals for which we have no important files or mythology. Have lived an average of 100 years longer than the mean lifespan at their time of death. Nicholas Flamel, Count Saint Germain, Tithonus, Sir Galahad, Christopher Columbus. Ooh, that's an unfortunate one. Sir Francis Bacon, Albert Heim. Okay, so some people got some Philosopher's Stone juice, got to live longer dudes. Sounds cool for them. Wow, we have so many interesting things here in the Foundation. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, what's your opinions on spiders and snakes? Ooh, creepy crawly, not a fan. Another Ko-Fi donation came in here. Drake, thank you for donating. It says, Drake the Iridescent Dragon Boy says, Dr. Sherman Anomalous. That's a weird nickname. Why do you not remember you, director? What? I'm not sure what you mean. The Computer Guy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Why don't you check the commissary and grab yourself some baked beans as you're passing by? Why are you directing people to take stuff from the commissary? I was directed to take the commissary itself during yesterday's all-staff meeting. You took the commissary? How is that even possible? What did you do with it? Man, this place is such a weird place to work. The Ducky, thank you for donating again. Guys, keep going. What other SCPs talk about him being the site director? What? Narinjas, thank you for your... Is this your first donation of today's stream or not? I'm a little confused right now. But grab some candy at the commissary, if it's even there at this point. If it is. Hi, did you find out which SCP is closest to Silksong? No? I haven't seen anything similar to that in the database up until now, but I've only looked at a very short amount of them, so who knows? Is this thing working? There we go. Zombie Cat, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure, if there is a commissary, to grab yourself some pudding. Dr. Sherman, how is Dr. Raymond doing? Is this the person who died from the SCP-049 article? That's very sad, but on one hand, I don't know the guy, but on the other, the document says I knew him? Is this some multiverse shenanigans? Who? Puppet Boy, thank you for your first donation today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some bananas on your way past the commissary, if it's still there. Doc, we need you to read through 049's interviews. Ah, yes, we did that one in another donation. Mr. Salty, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some peanuts if there's a commissary to grab it from, I guess. Your thoughts on the Department of Defense Pentagram unit? Not familiar with this organization you're talking about. But do we have a file on the database about them? Division Paranatural Warfare Command is the top secret occult division of the United States Department of Defense. Oh. Well, I would assume they would have one, although I thought that was the unusual incidents unit I've heard so much about. But I guess they have separate departments. That must be a headache for bureaucracy. Dr. Cullivan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If there is a commissary left, why don't you grab yourself a gelato? Dr. Sherman, I may or may not have accidentally took SCP-529. She snuck into my bag when I visited Site 17. 529? SCP-529. Codename Josie the Half Cat. Is a small house cat with gray tabby markings. Parts of the animal to the rear of the end of the rib cage appear to be missing. In spite of this, the animal has no health problems. Well, that's good. It moves around as if its hindquarters were still in place. Oh, so its rear end is invisible and intangible, but still works? How curious. Well, you probably better return it to Site 17. They're going to miss it. It seems like a very nice little anomaly. June Andy, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, your site director at Site Dwarf. What is this about me being a site director all of a sudden? I mean, maybe one day if I work really hard, then and site director Steve retires, then maybe there will be a slot open, but it's going to be a bit, I assume. It's good to have ambitions, though. That's good. Since you're both the mayor and chief doctor at Site Dwarf, defending the world against SCP. I'm both a doctor and a mayor and a site director all at once? That's quite a lot of responsibility. Soul Hunter, thank you for donating again. Send the bees to Site 42. Free the anomalies. Possessed intern Hunter. Shouldn't have touched that mask. Yes, don't touch unnecessary masks. It's a bad idea, guys. Also, please don't send bees. I don't like bugs. I find that uncomfortable. All right. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. Why Not Guitar, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If there is still a commissary, grab yourself some oatmeal raisin cookies while you're there. Hope things are well. The shop project is going well. That said, the doctor has claimed one of the vehicle has the plague and we are unsure how to continue. Some help is required. We have cordoned off the vehicle for now. Well, bubonic plague is in fact a verifiable disease that could be present in samples. So perhaps you just need to give it a good wash. Eve, the Silly, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If there is still a commissary, grab yourself some yogurt as you pass by. Hello, Dr. S. Have you heard of SCP-XXXX, the cartoon cat? If so, what was your first conversation with it? I do believe in our logs, in the shorts on the app known as TikTok, we have a cartoon cat is not an anomaly, is not an SCP, but if it were, how would the Foundation contain it video? So we do have a record of that on TikTok. If you want to look up hashtag SCP, hashtag cartoon cat, you might be able to find that. Violet, thank you for donating for the first time today. If there is a commissary still, I guess, why don't you grab yourself some craft root beer? I'll be gone by the time you read this, but I read about the shit Yeti. I regret it. But the O5 throwing up was funny. Okay, have a good one. Woof. That's an anomaly I sure don't want to meet. Ugh. Gross. Silent Follower, thank you for donating again. Containment hazard, don't drink your coffee. Well, bubble water is fine, right? The Ducky, thank you for donating again. So you've been here since 2006, and do you remember the screaming tree? Oh, I haven't been here since 2006. I've only been here for 3 months. But, a screaming tree? That's weird. I'm not familiar with any trees screaming. We have such strange anomalies here. Montage Z, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If we still have a commissary, why don't you grab yourself some nachos? Dr. Z here. I hope you're doing well, Dr. Sherman. Why are there so many D-class corpses in 049 cell? Do we give them permission to use D-classes? Well, it seems that what I read in the end of the 049 document is that 049's privileges for bodies has been removed, so there shouldn't be zombies. You should really get security on that. Researcher Sherman, do you have that 20 you owe me? Desk, yeah, I've got 20. We're overtime on stream right now, but I've got to finish the donations, and then I'll get it to you right away. Ooh, pardon me. Just Alice, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If we still have a commissary, grab yourself some ice cream over there. Boo, it's me. Ah, scary. Yeah, good to see you in the chat. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. Look at these, SCP-7777, 6969-J, adult content warning, 8261, Site 19 security data 19-2022, October 31st, SCP-3317 audio documentation, a semi-comprehensive list of Foundation facilities, and SCP-2 Fragment 4. Well, I'd love to, but that's a lot of documentation to cover, and we are over time right now, so I've kind of got to be in a hurry. But I'll start with SCP-777. We can try and get to the rest of those later. Object classification Keter. Following events in the Addendum 3, file is solely accessible to the individuals of Level 4 Ethics or Level 4 RISA. It's an anomalous phenomenon affecting random number generators utilized by the Foundation. It can manifest in any RNG that both continually creates output and is not being monitored by a sapient individual. It will immediately produce a series of 7s interspersed with 0s at seemingly random intervals. This will continue until ceasing. And it can predict the future? Or tell you about the past? Oh! Oh, it's accusing people of crimes. Oh, that's not cool. That's really not cool. That's serious. Site Director Thomas Graham vandalized 4051's containment chamber. That's rude. Dr. Theron Sherman attacked junior researcher Roger Radcliffe on September 12th, 2018 in Site 42's break room? I don't remember that happening. I think I would remember if I assaulted somebody. What is this? Junior researcher Roger Radcliffe attempted to frame Dr. Theron Sherman using falsified SCP-7777 incidents. Wow. Wow, they didn't even tell me about that. They must have solved that really quick for me to not been told about it. I don't think I know a Roger Radcliffe. What did I do to deserve that? Huh, some people are just mean. Intern Chang, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Ledoux, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. If we still have a commissary, grab yourself some tomato juice as you pass by. Hey there, Dr. Sherman. Have you met Marion Wheeler in Anti-Memetics? I think you might want to consult with her. As far as I know, there is no Anti-Memetics division. Huh, weird. Christopher, thank you for donating again through the Ko-Fi. A semi-comprehensive list of Foundation facilities with one you really need to look at. Okay. A semi-comprehensive list of Foundation departments. And what am I looking for here? I mean, this is a very, very big page. Christopher, I honestly don't exactly know what you want me to find on this page. Desk, if you can get an answer of what that is, I would appreciate it. Sheeny, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. If there's still a commissary, help yourself to a pickleback shot. That should be fun. If you're off shift, that is. You may want to get a different drink. Yours might have amnestic type additives. They factory reset you, hun. What am I doing? He ain't gonna believe me. Wow, that migraine just comes in waves. Site 42, Christopher, thank you for donating to clarify. Site 42 director on a semi-comprehensive list of Foundation sites. Okay, let me look up director, I guess. There's a lot of. Director. Site directors. Okay, 2 collective of every site director. Site director. Sorry to bug you, director. It's direct. Site Cole Theravin. Directorial board. Directors dossier. Board of directors. Regional directors. I don't see Site 42 listed here, nor a director. K-class scenarios, esoteric groups of interest, Foundation facilities. I don't even see Site 42 on this list. Are you sure you gave me the right page? Like, I see departments. Am I on a semi-comprehensive list of Foundation departments? You wanted a... Oh! I must be on the wrong page. Silly me. Of Foundation facilities. I'm so sorry. Okay, sites 40 to 49. Site 42, okay. Oh god, there's 4 of them. So Biosite 42 is a containment facility. It contains 1 anomaly. There's no one cited there. Director Eric Radford runs the containment facility in Seabreeze, North Carolina, with a focus on sapient SCP objects. Containment facility run by Dr. Arvind Desai is the 3rd Site 42. And then monitors NX-78 Markhaven, Indiana, USA. Dr. Theron Sherman is the site. What a weird multiverse where I guess I got something to look forward to if I put in the hard work. Daddy Pudding, thank you for donating again. And thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. If we have a commissary, grab yourself some lemon heads on your way past the commissary. My girlfriend said I had no sense of direction, so I packed my stuff and write SCP Foundation. SCP, the Dad Father, has removed the concept of left as a direction. I don't really understand those. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Kitty Cat Gamer, thank you for donating again. Check SCP-3317 audio documentation. It's your voice. Oh, well, of course it is. I recorded that document. That's what I do here in Records and Archives, is I record text documents to audio or transcribe audio to text or sometimes into pictograms depending on the anomaly. Lots of very complicated procedures. Sin, thank you for donating again. Doctor, check out all these files. 3802, 2700-EX, 5542. Well, 5542 and 5886 don't make sense. We're not up that high. We're only in the 4000s. SCP-3302 and SCP-3086, trust me. Your personal anomalous assistant, Sin. Well, like I told Chris, that's a lot of documents to check up, and I'm already over time, so I've got to be a little quick today, guys. But I'll check 3086. And this is an audio-only document kept in a storage locker at Site 42. All right, well, are these anomalies that are all here that I could check out personally? That'd probably be a neat way. Darling Industrial, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If you still have a commissary, you can have yourself some hot cocoa over there. Doc, are you aware Steve authorized the relocation of SCP-1006 to Site 42? He wanted us to remodel the storage closet by your office. Well, I mean, it's already a pretty tight fit here in the Audiophonics lab, but I guess if he wants to do some remodeling, that's not really my prerogative. Steve is the site director, after all. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. If we still have a commissary, grab yourself some blue milk. Glad to see you're better. What happened, do you know? Well, I don't remember being bad, so I guess it must have been not that bad, huh? Puppet Boy, thank you for donating again. Doc, do you recall the tree that won't scream? Well, don't all trees not scream? That seems not unlike any other tree, isn't it? I dare you to listen to SCP-3317 audio documentation for ending stream. Well, Christopher, thank you for the donation. I will have to put that off till tomorrow because I am on a time crunch. I am desperately trying to get through the donations before I go because I'm already running late for more documents I have to record. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again. Never mind, I take it back. You have memory loss. You are a site director of Site 42. Please get help, I beg you. You needed help. Get help. You have memory loss. That doesn't ring any bells. Although I guess if it were memory loss, it wouldn't ring any bells. But I don't have any non-anomaly related, no anomalous memories. Just, I remember yesterday. Montage Z, thank you for donating again. Are you feeling okay, Sherman? You're acting strange. I don't think I'm acting strange. I think I'm acting pretty normal. Oh, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, congratulations! You got the likes above the viewers. You did it. I hear that's pretty important for this upcoming battle against white names or something like that. Or maybe something about the algorithm and helping the SCP Foundation. They're still pretty new to this, so I'll get my bearings. But anyway, congratulations, chat. You did it. Chesta Factory, thank you for donating again. Doctor, you should have a dossier under your seat. If not, then the team has failed. But chat knows what we were talking about. Also, you're anomalous. Well, I don't have any anomalies that I know of. Meanwhile, I don't see a dossier of any sort under there. That'd be a weird place for a dossier in the audiophonics lab, to be sure. Dr. Cullivan, thank you for donating again. Swaps your drink with a fresh cup of coffee. Drink this. Well, I'll have to grab it after stream. 0MM, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If we still have a commissary, grab yourself some bread. Is your hair still an anomaly or did that get fixed? Well, my hair is just pretty. It's not anomalous in any way, not that I know of. The Smoking Auditor, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. If we still have a commissary, grab yourself some spicy meatballs. Please inform SCP-096 its application to be a transdimensional tracker was denied, but there are openings for greeters in the interdimensional travel. Well, I'll pass that memo on to the actual researchers who handle anomalies around these parts. They'll get that for you. SCP-729-J, thank you for donating again. Read 729-J, well, we did that earlier. It seems like a lot of people have a problem with it. Ooh, so we deal with a lot of scary things, that's to be sure. Sin, thank you for gifting another Site-42 10 memberships to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team today. And make sure you thank Sin for their generosity if you happen to get one of those memberships. Dr. Taylor, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Why don't you grab yourself, if we still have a commissary that is, some maple bacon bars. Hello, nice to see you again. Have we met? Maybe I just kind of look familiar, but I'm new around here. I've only been here for 3 months, and most of it's been stuck in this lab. I mean, I talked to a couple people, but I don't recognize Dr. Taylor. Huh. All right, well, maybe tomorrow we will find out why some of these universal discrepancies you guys are coming up with are in vogue this season. I guess we're in a multiverse saga. It's not like they're not popular right now with all the films. I mean, geez, did you see that new Avengers movie where they go back in time and through the multiverse? That was crazy. But, okay. I've got to sign off. This dude named Zed, welcome to Site-42's Level 1 Researchership. We appreciate your membership and your service. And so with that, Site-42 staff, I got to get going. I know I've been told to work out an outro for these, but I haven't really worked out the details yet. So until then, just remember to check out our sponsor, the SCP playing cards. You only have like 42 hours left to get those, which 42 hours, appropriate number, excellent. So the link in our description, beacons.ai/site42, that's where you can pick those up. If you want to grab a set of those, we'd appreciate supporting our sponsors since they support us. And I saw a Ko-Fi donation real quick come in. And Christopher, thank you for donating again. You are the Site-42 director, or being a direwolf human hybrid is normal. That's a weird way to... That's a weird... I don't... We'll have to talk more on that tomorrow. But in the meantime, Dr. Taylor. Oh, welcome to Level 1 Researchership here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's Containment Hazard Assessment Team chat. Be safe, be well, and as always here at the Foundation, secure, contain, protect. The Smoking Auditor, thank you for your last-minute donation. Please consult with SCP-990, your HR director, about your recent memory loss and how it's affecting your work as a communication intermediary. Okay. If you guys are so convinced that I have memory loss, I'll talk to someone real quick. I'll just check in. I'm sure Site Director Steve will point me in the right direction. Thank you. I'll say goodbye soon. Though it's the end of the world, don't blame yourself now. And if it's true, I will surround you and give life to a world that's our own. So thank you. I'll say goodbye now. Though it's the end of the world, don't blame yourself. And if it's true, I will surround you and give life to a world that's our own. The credit song is Goodbye to a World by Porter Robinson. Be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow, Site 42 staff.